Today, let's talk about how to communicate clearly in English. With just 4 simple tips, you can speak more clearly and have much better English conversations. Are you ready to learn those 4 tips? If so, then let's get into it. The first thing you need to do is make your idea as simple as possible. Break your idea down to get to the most important point. Organize your thoughts and then give your ideas in a simple, clear, strong sentence. If you are able to do this, you will be able to confidently and clearly express your point to whoever you are speaking to. If you are learning English using this video, you can break it down like this. I am teaching you to communicate clearly using English like a native speaker. And you don't have to be complicated when you're using English. Just keep it simple, use the words that you know, and make clear communication your goal. And this is going to lead us into the next idea, which is you need to let whoever you are speaking to know that you can support your thoughts. In the US education system, we're always taught, prove your point, don't just say it. You need to be able to support what you are saying. If you are able to prove your point to other English speakers, it's going to show how fluent you have become in English. And one of the important parts of showing how much you understand something is if you are able to take what you have learned and then teach it to someone else. If you can prove your ideas with examples, you're going to have great conversations because it's going to show how much you're able to get your point across to the other person that you're speaking with. It will also make your ideas clear, which is important in any conversation. And you can't have a good conversation if the person that you're talking to isn't sure quite what you're trying to say to them. So if you are getting a puzzled look or you're seeing someone's face glaze over, then you're not making it really clear what you're trying to get across to that person. The goal is for you to see head nods and to hear phrases of affirmation such as, I see, or ah, and then you know that you're on the right track in that conversation. Okay, so now you have that down, and that's gonna take us into our next step, which is connect your thoughts to an emotion. Any idea that the listener connects to is going to stick with them. When I teach English lessons, I usually try to tell stories about my family or my friends. For one, because it's interesting to me, but also it's a way for me to connect to that person on a deeper level. And it's also just going to make that conversation that much more real to the other person. Everyone also has friends, family, things that they're interested in, so maybe you will be able to relate to one of the stories that I'm telling you. Your idea can be happy, sad, scary, or anything in between. But when you can connect your thoughts to an emotion, it's going to connect you to the listener. For example, I remember when I first came to Japan and I had to start learning Japanese. It was so hard to do simple things, so it became frustrating for me to do everyday little things around town in Japanese. Now you can go to a lot of different banks where you can see everything and change it into English, but when I first got here to Japan, I remember just a simple thing of trying to go and take some money out of the ATM machine became an adventure. So I can relate when English learners are telling me about the troubles that they have trying to learn English. By giving you examples of how I felt trying to learn Japanese, it can really connect to how you feel possibly learning English. Maybe for you, you can start to think that, wow, Akbar really understands what I'm going through at this moment. This is how you want to use emotion to connect your ideas. If the listener cares about you, they're really going to pay more attention to you when you're in a conversation. Finally, your story and your experience make it more real for the listener. By hearing stories about my family or how I learned Japanese, it's going to make it easier for you to form a picture about me. When you are speaking to someone, they should be able to form a clear picture about you by the way you communicate your ideas. By using your experiences, the listener is also going to know that you're not just making things up or speaking about things that you have no idea about. If you know that I have taught students with similar troubles to you, then you can relate more and figure out ways to make those same tips work for you. You can start to think to yourself that someone has used these tips before, so there has to be a way that I can make these same tips work for myself. Also, you give people more chances to connect to your ideas when they can hear your story. And this will make the listener connect to your ideas even more when you're able to give those concrete, clear examples. So, simplify your idea, then prove it. Connect that idea to an emotion and give examples. When you are able to do those 4 things in English, you're going to start having some great conversations. You will also be well on your way to speaking English like native speakers do. I'm sure you already do these things in your native language, so try these tips out in English and see how your conversations improve, how your communications become more clear. Just try it out, see what you think. Okay guys, I hope you got some good benefit from this video. If you did, how about sharing it with someone else that you think it will help? And then check out this video right here for more English fluency tips. Thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. See you.